Hey everyone, welcome back to the UWM podcast. Here we have Mark Anthony. He just received his second payout with UWM of $18,000. How are you doing today?
Hey, Jameson. Thanks for reaching out. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
So tell us a little bit about your journey as a trader. Tell us a bit about yourself and how you got into trading.
So, I come from Montreal, Quebec. Trading is not something that I used to do. It's something that I discovered about, I'd say, 5, 6 years ago. Um, I actually worked in hospitality, nightlife for nearly 8 years of my life. That came to an end for multitude of different reasons, and when I discovered trading, I guess my path kind of realigned, and I realized what the opportunity was when it came to trading and when my journey was through that.
Cool. And obviously, it's a big change coming from the nightclub industry into trading.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of differences, but there's actually quite a lot of similarities as well. Working in a high stress environment is something that I'm used to, and a lot of the times when you end up trading, sometimes you're taking trades and you're picking trades that you find stressful, right? So understanding how to deal with that type of environment in the real life has allowed me to really mold myself into a more optimal trader.
Yeah, that makes sense. And in trading, you really have to have that strong, like grit to keep going. Um, so how long you been trading for?
Like I said, I've been training probably around 5, 6 years. Um, I've traded with different prop firms, different platforms, and I've been training with UWM for a bit over 6 months now.
Nice. Yeah, and you're actually one of our top traders here. You just got your second uh, payout with us. So tell us a little bit about your strategy. Um, what is it? What does it entitle?
So I'm what people call a swing trader. In general, what that means is I tend to hold trades long term. Um, on average, I'm taking about 3 to 4 trades monthly. The reason why I chose this strategy compared to others, and I know that some people might judge the way I trade, but clearly I've been successful at it. So I'm pretty happy with the outcome. But the reason why I swing trade is mainly because of my schedule. I'm extremely busy. I own multiple businesses. I'm constantly on the road. I'm always working. So swing trading allows me to take trades on a more long-term basis and not always have my eyes on the markets and on the charts, right? So there is a risk reward level that I might be sacrificing because I'm swing trading, but it allows me to still, operate the other businesses I'm involved in and live my life the way I want.
That's cool. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, a lot of traders nowadays they can get glued to the charts. They're always looking at the charts, glued to them, thinking that like more trades means more reward. But it sounds like you're pretty much doing the opposite. Tell us a little bit about your morning routine. You know, uh, what helps you keep like in that high performance state?
In general, because of the busy schedule I have, I really need to wake up early. So my morning routine is pretty much consistent, I'd say 5 to 7 days a week. I wake up at 4 a.m. with a clear mind. The first thing I do is actually I head right to the gym. I release that energy. I get my day started right. Then I get to my office. I review economic news and events of the day. It allows me to do a little bit of forecasting when it comes to the markets and some trades that I might be making in the near future. Then after that, if I take a trade, I lock in my positions, and then honestly, I plug off. I head right into my other businesses. I head right into my other tasks during the day, and that's pretty much what my day looks like every single day. I try to keep it really really consistent because I believe that if you're consistent in life, it's what's going to allow you to be consistent in your trading, and that's ultimately what's going to allow you to succeed when it comes to forex trading. Doesn't matter what kind of trader you are, consistency is key.
So yeah, like it sounds like those are some really like wise words you said. And could you walk us through like how important it is to have the right mindset when it comes to achieving it in trading?
You know, I tend to remind myself of something very basic, which I apply to my everyday life and to trading, and I actually have it written down here in my office. And let me read it to you guys. I remind myself every single day that balancing ambition and risk management is vital in everything that you do in your life. So, how does this apply to trading? Well, if you become too greedy and you see too big of an opportunity in a trade that you may not be certain about, that ultimately will lead to your demise. And I've seen this happen way too many times with other traders where they see a potential, they see a position that's gonna be profitable, and what ends up happening is they don't close at the right time because they see those numbers going up, they see it's climbing the chart. But if you remove the emotional aspect of your trade and you focus just on the risk management, analyzing and accepting the fact that, okay, well, this is where I'm going to stop my trade, that long term is, I believe, how you're going to make more money, you know? And I think part of my success, not only with UWM, but in general in my trading history, has been because I have a very good understanding of this. Coming from a background that, I've always worked multiple jobs. Today I'm involved in multiple different businesses. I would consider I have a pretty um, tense life. It's pretty stressful overall. I have a very good greed versus risk management level that allows me to competently decide whether or not I want to overstay in trades or not. And I think a lot of other traders make this mistake because they get too greedy and they just want to make that money quick. But trading is in my eyes as the type of strategy that I'm using here as a swing trader, long term is what's going to make you more money. And that's ultimately how I got my success here with UWM. I'm on my second payout and my strategy has never changed. I stay consistent to the strategy. I I stay consistent to the amount of positions I take every month, and it's worked out for me. So I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, and our stats show that if you're holding trades longer than 6 hours, taking in between 4 to 10 trades a month, it puts you at that higher edge when it comes to trading. So it sounds like you're in that category. Can you tell us a little bit about your, because obviously it sounds like you were some type of entrepreneur. You had that entrepreneur skill set when you were younger. Can you tell us a bit about that?
So yeah, listen, all my life I've been a super hard worker. I'd say my entrepreneurial journey started when I was actually 12 years old. I started my own business when I was 12 with the help of my mom and dad, um, and that led to just a fruition of different opportunities that led up to me. I continued my education. I went to university. I got my degree, but ultimately, I've always been a hustler. I've always been doing different businesses at the same time. And today I can proudly say that I have a successful marketing company. It's been almost 8 years. I do operational consulting. It's been close to 6 or 7 years now. I work in oil and gas as well. So I'm involved in a lot of different things here. And my childhood upbringing has been pretty stringent. Both my parents are immigrants. They're extremely hard workers. And coming here to Canada, it was, make it or break it. So stay focused, work hard, and you'll get there. And I think the same type of mindset translates into my trading because I don't overthink. I'm very meticulous on what positions I'm taking, what trades I'm getting, and I think it's been the same path for me all my life in the businesses that I've been involved in. It's been meticulous, it's been strategic, and I've been involved in an array of things from nightlife, restaurants, um, you name it. I've done a lot of different things, and I'm happy where it's brought me today because all those experience has allowed me to properly funnel that energy, those mindsets, those experiences into my trading style. And like I said before, like I'm super grateful that it's been successful for me, and I hope that other people can learn from my success with UWM.
Yeah, absolutely. And it sounds like there was a moment in your life where you know uh, you were doing all these businesses, and then clearly you found out about trading. Can you tell us a bit about that?
I'll be honest with you. I always heard about forex trading when I was younger, and very good friends of mine are active traders as well, and they've been so quite a few friends of mine have actually been trading for a while. And the way I found out about it is I kind of just stumbled upon it about, I'd say, 7 years ago. A good friend of mine was on his phone. We were out to dinner, and I saw that he was looking at his phone. He was looking at these charts, and I didn't know what that was at the time. And this is before prop firms existed. There was limited funding. There was limited knowledge and resources in this industry. And I asked him, I'm like, what are you doing there? He's like, oh, I'm forex trading. I'm like, oh, okay, interesting. And it piqued my interest. I really didn't know what was going on, what he was doing. What I did know is I saw how much money he was making from it. So this is where I guess a bit of the hunger and like the greed mixing together, because you know one of the main reasons why I decided to trade, aside from all the other things I'm getting involved in, is because there's a very big reward for your time if you do trade properly. Everyone wants more financial independence and financial abundance. Everyone wants to make more money. And today we live in a world where, inflation is rising, things are getting more expensive. And I do believe that if more people paid more attention to forex trading and focused their knowledge and trained their mindset with the different strategies that are out there, I do believe that people could become more financially free faster than other alternatives. Yes, there are some people that are making it other ways, yeah, but look at a company like UWM. You guys have a great community. You guys have a great psychology program, and this ultimately is what the biggest difference was when I started trading until now. The reason why I've had such great success with UWM is mainly because of that community and the psychology program that you guys have. It's tools and assets that other prop firms just aren't offering. And this is what's going to take your trading to the next level. Being involved with people who have the same mindset as you, talking, analyzing markets together, viewing different strategies and different ways of looking at positions. This is what's going to help you scale the type of trader that you are today.
Yeah, and I think that's like one of your well, what I'm noticing here is like that's one of your biggest edges that you really do treat trading like a business, and obviously you were able to treat it from the start. I'm sure it took you hours of studying, but you knew that that was the work ethic you needed because just like any other business, you're not going to be, profitable right off the bat. So, did you experience some of that?
Listen, whether I'm dealing with my marketing company or my management company or my forex trading, all of these assets need to be treated as a business. Why? Because when you get emotions involved, this is when you start making mistakes. And it's not only in trading, and I'm sure you can vouch for this as well, that you see this day in and day out. New traders come on the platform, they're inexperienced, but they're hungry, which is a good thing. But their emotions come into play, their greed comes into play, and this is where they make mistakes. They don't hold positions long enough, or they don't pull quick enough, and this is where ultimately they lose money. They get discouraged. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I think part of my edge is that I treat my trading exactly like any one of my other businesses, because it's about operating procedures. Come in, operate, ABC, done. Whether it's like I said, whether it's in my marketing business, my management company, or my trading, the processes that are there work the same way. I know what I have to do to get profitable trades in. I know what I have to do in order to hold them long term in a way that's beneficial for me. And I have a proven track record. So I force myself not to let that emotion and that greed get in the way.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. And going back to your story of your friend when he showed you, at what point there in your journey were you like, okay, I'm gonna start to get into it?
Listen, when I saw that for the first time, was I intrigued? Yeah, I was intrigued. But I think part of the issue when it comes to this industry and the community of people that are involved is there's a high level of skepticism here. I think people think that forex trading is a fast cash grab, but the truth is that it's not. Maybe you can make trades that are going to get you high profit margins and high returns very fast, but chances are you're going to lose a lot of money first. So I had the same level of skepticism when I saw this buddy of mine trading. And don't get me wrong, he's been doing it ever since, and he's super financially free. He's highly successful. You know, trading has allowed him to make other types of investments, and you know, he's grown as a person and he's grown his portfolio. So great for him. But when I first started, I definitely would consider myself to be part of that community of people that is skeptical, over emotional. I was making silly trades, and I've definitely learned my lesson over the time. And I realized that, you know, going back to what you said before, treating and operating your trading like a business with no emotion is really what I recommend to a lot of young traders out there, because this is what's going to help them develop discipline and the grit to hold trades longer that may be more profitable for them.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, and that makes sense. So, like, at what point did you, just take the time just to learn trading? Like, did you take a break from your other businesses to learn trading? How did you go about all that?
So, like I said at the beginning, I've been in nightlife for about 7 to 8 years. You know, I've worked at some of the hottest clubs in the city. I've ran them head to toe, and towards the end of my journey in that, I made a decision that working in that type of environment might have not have been what I wanted to do moving forward. And I think that's when ultimately I started to make a bit of a mental switch and say, okay, I got to put more time in my trading now. You know, yes, I've been trading for about, you know, 5 to 6 months with UWM, but I've been trading for about 5 to 6 years in general. And I'll be honest, like a lot of my success hasn't come until the recent years, probably because I was distracted by everything that was going on in my other businesses, in my life, and mainly in the nightlife industry. You know, don't get me wrong, it's fun, it's active, it's vibrant. You know, we live in a city that strives on that energy, you know. But it comes to a point where you got to make a decision like, what are your core values? Where are you heading in your life? Is it really worth it to work in, you know, such a high stress and potentially dangerous environment sometimes? And that's when I really made the switch, and I decided I'm gonna go full fledged into my trading, and that's actually how I discovered UWM. You know, and like I said, it's been nothing but an uphill battle, and I'm super excited for what comes next year.
Yeah, that's quite a story. And for you, would you say, you know, leaving the nightlife, did that really help you get your trading to the next level? Like, you feel like, because clearly in the nightlife you're working at night, you're tired and stuff. So you think better sleep, just better performance overall is really what helped you?
I think the biggest switch that has benefited my trading schedule is, you know, basically aligning the hours of operation for me. So working in nightlife for so many years, like you said, um, my sleep schedule is off, my life cycle is off. So sometimes it becomes very difficult to, you know, wake up and look at the charts, you know, forecast, make time to look at the markets, and make proper, you know, economic decisions on what's coming, and potentially taking those trades. So yeah, I definitely think that, you know, leaving that part of my life behind, and changing my life cycle, my daily routine, it's definitely helped me make more profitable trades, become a better trader, and ultimately just align everything else that's going on in my life. So for sure, yeah, I agree with you.
So would you say your trading's at a point now where you're fully optimal?
I consider it optimal for the schedule that I work around and the type of swing trading I'm doing currently. You know, obviously I've tried other types of strategies, but this is the one that's worked for me the most, as you can see with you guys as well. Um, can it be more optimal? Yeah, definitely. You know, can I put more time in it? Yes, absolutely. Is there constant learning involved? Yeah, absolutely. I think that this is a process that every trader goes through. You know, whether you're trading 10, 20, 100, or a million in dollars, in dollar figures, it doesn't really matter, because you could be making the best trades of the day, of the week, of the month, of the year, but there's always something that you can do better. So trading, just like everything else, there's a constant improvement that's there, and I believe that that's an opportunity to take for other traders, if they're able to catch that early enough.
Very well said. And besides trading, was there anything that helped you develop, your mindset? Do you read any books? What are some of your hobbies you do?
Hobbies in general, listen, I honestly I work a lot, so I don't really have much time to myself, but I stick to the gym a lot. It keeps my mind focused. I do read occasionally. I just finished reading a book called Zero to One by Peter Thiel. It's a book basically that it's notes on how to start a business. So yeah, actually I just finished reading a book. It's called Zero to One by Peter Thiel. It's basically notes on startups and how to build for the future. So it gives you tips and pointers on how to implement strategies and procedures at the beginning of the start of your business that's going to help you grow and scale long term. And I'll be honest with you, I finished reading this book, and there's a lot about it that I can relate back to myself as a trader and trading in general. I believe that dealing with loss is a constant challenge, and for many startups businesses, you deal with loss a lot, right? And just like trading, if you don't implement the right procedures and strategies and even mindset strategies from the get go, this inevitably is what's going to let you suffer all these losses in the short term and potentially in the long term. So what this book honestly taught me is the importance of implementing strong structures at the beginning, whether it's in business, in life, in trading, that's going to help you scale long term. And I think that this has been part of my success when it comes to forex trading. Like I said, like at the beginning of the interview, I'm someone that's super super meticulous. Like just in my daily routine, I'm structured. I do the same thing 5 to 7 days a week, and that implementation day in day out in my life and in my trading, how I forecast, how I take trades, the lengths to which I hold them, that consistency and those procedures is what has allowed me to be this successful in trading.
Yeah, well, that definitely makes sense. And let me ask you, now that you're trading more and more, have you realized that with trading, you get much more time versus, working?
You know, Maintaining discipline and focus is really crucial when it comes to trading. So I guess the answer to that is yes, it allows me to have more freedom if I choose to have it. I'm definitely super focused on my trading and what's to come next, especially with the second payout with UWM. So has it allowed me to have more time for myself? Yeah, sure. But I've definitely just been reinvesting that time into learning different strategies, getting involved more with the community, especially at UWM, talking with the other traders, evaluating. You know, I've worked I've worked many hours for pretty much a good portion of my life. I got my first job when I was 14 years old, and I've been working ever since. And today, the type of life that I live, I still work 60, 70, 80 hours a week sometimes. But trading has definitely allowed me to, take time off, enjoy life, travel, taste the finer things in life. And I think that's really where the opportunity lies for people that don't know what forex trading is, right? The opportunity to make, exponential amounts of money is there. It's all about focus, it's all about mindset, it's all about strategy. But there's very little options in the world that allow you to make the type of money that you can make with trading. And so yeah, time is definitely something I value more now, especially with the success I've had recently. It's allowed me to really put things into perspective, and maybe who knows, maybe I'll have to change my schedule again because I'm reevaluating what's important in my life. But trading has definitely allowed me to put these things in perspective, and I encourage other traders out there who are having the same success to really reevaluate where they're going in their life and enjoy the benefits that this industry has to offer.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I tell everyone, that comes on the interview is, trading really is the best business, right? Because there's no like cap to how much you can make. And if you have the right mindset and if you have your, trading plan and all the tools that you need to succeed, it really is because you're learning that skill and then you can literally apply it on demand anywhere around the world. All you need is a laptop, and a phone, really, you know?
Exactly. And like I said at the get-go, right, I'm someone that's involved in a multitude of different businesses. I'm always on the move, I'm always traveling. So you're right, trading does allow me to continue this portion of my business anywhere I am in the world. And that's the beauty of it, right?
So, Mark, what are your plans for the next quarter, the next year? What are some of your goals with these big withdrawals you're getting? Are you going to apply it more into your trading, more into your businesses? What are some of your goals?
Well, let me tell you, Jameson. My first payout with you guys, I definitely reinvested back into my trading. I bought some other accounts, so I really buckled down on optimizing my trading and scaling that up. And I think I'll probably do the same thing with this payout as well. Like I said before, I really believe that this is the ultimate outlet when it comes to financial freedom because the potential is exponential and it really just depends on you. But short-term plans, I'm definitely going to travel a bit. I'm definitely going to enjoy this time that I have on my hands now, and I'm definitely going to put this money to work, potentially in my other businesses, make some investments, and this is really where the opportunity lies for other people. If you're someone that's like me, that's extremely busy, that's hungry, that's motivated, you're hustling, you're involved in different things, and you want to acquire capital to reinvest in either yourself or your other businesses, trading is the way to go, 100%. And I definitely recommend that other people get involved here.
Absolutely. And what are three tips you can give to the newer traders out there, or even swing traders that are people just like you trying to balance trading and their businesses?
That's a good question. I'm not really public about my trading. I'm more reserved as a person, but if I had to give some secrets and tips out to the young people out there, other people that are trading with you guys, especially, um, mindset, discipline, and consistency. These are the three things that have helped me get to where I've gotten in my life, and in my trading career, and especially with UWM. We're on my second payout. I'm ecstatic about it. But mindset, discipline, consistency, these are the things that ultimately are going to allow any trader to scale themselves and become more optimal in their daily trading. Whether you're a swing trader like me or you use a different strategy or use a different prop firm, at the end of the day, it's a type of person and the type of trader you are that's going to determine whether you make it in this game or not.
Very well said. And we're really happy to have you. So going forward, Mark, how would you define success?
Oh, that's a really good question, Jameson. I think a lot of people ask themselves this, and a lot of people have asked me this as well. And everyone has a different determining factor to what success means to them. Success to me means, I would say, achieving consistent profitability in my life financially and in my businesses and my trading, but while definitely maintaining a healthy work-life balance. I think in the past I've made this mistake where I thought success was only financial, but once you have that financial freedom, it helps you redirect what's important in your life. Your personal growth, your health, your family, your friends. And I think today I'm at a point where I'm content with the financial freedom that trading has allowed me to achieve. And I'm at a point where, I'm more focused on positively contributing to the community. And, just this is another point that I really love about UWM. The trading community is really what attracted me to your company and your platform more than others. There are a lot of other options out there for sure, and you guys are definitely newer to the space, but you definitely have things that other platforms don't have. And for me, that trading community, that support, that camaraderie that people have together in this community, especially UWM, is something that I haven't seen elsewhere. And I strongly recommend and I encourage people to get involved in that community and share ideas, share your trades, because this is ultimately what's going to help you scale.
That's a nice way to put it. We're really happy to have you on the podcast, Mark, and we wish you the best success and hope to have you on back soon.
Great. Thank you so much, Jameson. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.